Hey everybody, it's Craig back to here, and in this video we're going to have a first look at my first impressions of the brand new BlackMagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. It's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, it just arrived, it's in a box. I haven't even opened it yet, so maybe if you're watching this you've heard that some of them have a blue tint issue on the LCD screen, so I got my fingers crossed that that's not going to be an issue with me. I've also heard of things like specs under the ND filters, the built-in ND filters, so I'm pretty confident that this is going to be a pristine copy of this camera. But anyway, here we go. Bunch of packing paper. All right, so some paperwork that came with it. I got this from Vistech, so this isn't a sponsored video. I purchased this camera with my own money, so my opinions are my own, like you hear people say often when they get free stuff. But here we go. Let me just put this over here, and I'll pull it out. All right, so here's what it looks like. So I'll just let you have a peek at that. All right, so it looks like that. It's a sealed box. We've got the side there. You can pause it and look at that. And I'll hold it here briefly for you. You can pause it and check that out if you want. And we've got another side here. You can pause that and have a look if you want. And one last side here. So that's kind of what the box looks like. And I have to say, I'm a little bit excited. I don't know how this opens. Let's see if I can figure this out. But, okay, it looks like it opens from there somewhere. Interesting. I might have to pause this video. But anyway, here we go. It's just got some sort of plastic wrap on it. I think I'll fast forward so you don't see me struggle trying to open this thing. Kind of reminds me of like the old CD cases, or if you got a video game and you can't quite figure out how to start opening the bubble wrap. All right, here we go. We're getting there. Okay. All right, feels like Christmas. All right. Okay, so how does this open? All right, here we go. All right. Jeez. Harder to open than I thought it would be. But let's see, here we go. All right, so it looks like you get a copy of DaVinci Resolve software, I guess. That would be that. Looks like you get BlackMagic design sticker. Actually, here's the copy for the studio. I guess that must be just the manual, the online manual, though. But so you get those things. And then also, there's different adapters for different parts of the world, I guess. And we have that. Then we have the AC adapter. So you can run this on this power. So if you're in the studio or you're at home, you can just run this off the AC power. So you don't have to use your battery for that. Now also, these ones here, the 6K Pro, they take the Sony style batteries. So this is a BlackMagic branded battery. So it just says NPF 550/570. And that's what that looks like. So this is supposed to be a little bit more powerful than the Canon LP batteries. It's got 3,500 milliamps, if you see that right there. So at the time of this video, very hard to find on the internet. I can't find them anywhere. And we've got a BlackMagic strap. BlackMagic design strap. Am I holding that the right way? Right there. Don't know if I'll use this, but it looks pretty cool. All right, so styrofoam comes off. And let's see how this looks. Okay. It looks pretty cool. You ready to see it? Okay, here we go. Whoa. Whoa, it's bigger than I thought it would be. I'll let you see how it looks here. So you've got the 6K Pro emblem there. But heavier than the 4K. I have the 4K. Definitely bigger than the 4K. I'll let you see the back of it as well. You can see there's the screen right there. So that's the flip out screen. So let's see. Okay, so it's easy to pull out. So you can see here, you can pull this out like this. You can tilt it up like that. I'm just going to move this over. And you can also see there, you can tilt it down as well. So you're able to tilt it down or have it straight out like this, or tilt it up. I think it goes like just like that. So if you want it to be straight down, you can do that. And then also there's a little protective piece right there. All right, so I'm going to put the battery in, and I'll put a lens on this, and we'll come back. All right, so I've got a lens on here now. I've put the battery in. I'm just about to turn it on. We're going to see how the LCD display looks on this. A couple of other things. This is the Sigma 18-35, very popular lens on the BlackMagic 4K, 6K, and 6K Pro. And I'm going to have another follow-up video about this lens and the USB dock that you can use on Sigma lenses. That'll be another video. Watch out for that one. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. But yeah, battery's in. Very much similar to the 6K or the 4K if you've ever had those cameras. The only difference really is the ND controls right here, but this looks pretty much the same except for the flip out screen. Also too, you've got the top there. That's a optional accessory for the EVF, electronic viewfinder. If you have that, I didn't order that. And then on the bottom you can see there's 2 screw threads here for mounting. And again, there's lots of vents here. I've heard some noises about the fan noise, so that should be interesting, but you can see there's lots of ventilation on this. With this lens, it's quite heavy, surprisingly so, but it'd be interesting to see if this is able to balance on the DJI RSC2. That's a smaller, newer version of the Ronin S. So the Ronin S was the original. Then now there's the RS2 and then the RSC2, which is for smaller cameras, which is what I use for my Sony, which I'm filming this on. But I think this is pretty much the max weight, this lens, this camera. But that'll be another video. And I'll show you how to balance that. But anyway, let's turn it on and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to hit the on button. And let's see how long this takes. Okay, so first thing comes up is the menu. So you can see that right there. I'll just hold it, see if that zooms in on it. I might just want to zoom on my face instead. But we're going to choose English. And that's it so far. So it's a little blurry. Let's try to focus here manually. I'm going to just focus on the camera there. All right, okay, so I've got a lens on. I put a battery in. I've turned on the power. And so for the big reveal, the LCD display, I don't know if you can see it, is quite bright, but I don't seem to see the blue tint like other people saw. I'll do some more testing to check the ND filters out, but pretty happy about that. It looks in good shape. It powered on. I've seen all kinds of videos where some people said their camera wouldn't power on. Other people said that their screen was flickering, or that it was a blue tint, or that there was specks under the glass in the ND filters. I haven't checked out the ND filters yet specifically, but I'm pretty impressed with the fact that this looks pretty neutral. I've got this set at 5600 with a tint of 10, ISO 400, and it looks pretty neutral to me. Obviously, this is without any LUTs applied, so it's going to look, you know, very flat, and it does, and it looks pretty much true to what I'm seeing with my eye, although I know that it's just a viewfinder. It's just supposed to help you get focus and frame your shot. When you white balance this or use a gray card or a white card, then you're going to have proper white balance in the software. Although, like I said, some people were complaining that there was a blue tint on the screen, but I'm not seeing that, so I'm pretty excited about that. But anyway, if you're not already a subscriber, very little battery life on this guy. But I'm going to do further videos and testing with this camera. The videos will come out over the course of the next couple of weeks. So if you're not already a subscriber and you want to catch those videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Just hit subscribe and then hit the bell notification. Then you'll get email updates, hopefully, not always. But also, too, if you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it, just click that like button. It helps this video get more views. If you have any comments or questions or things you'd like me to cover, the only lens I have right now for this is the Sigma 18-35 f1.8. It's a Canon EF mount, but I'll probably be getting some vintage lenses to test out with this as well in the near future, so make sure you stick around and check out those videos as well. But anyway, I'll shoot some footage with this, and I'll do some further inspection of the ND filters, and I'll get back to you on my thoughts a little more in depth on this camera with some tests. All right, so yeah, to sum up, I'm pretty excited about this. The screen, it looks good to me. The body's in perfect shape. It looks pristine. It feels fairly solid for the plastic, you know. It Feels similar to, say, the 4K or the 6K, maybe slightly better. There's a little bit more of a grip here. With this lens combination, the Sigma 18 to 35 f1.8 is rather heavy. It might be too heavy for my gimbal. I have the DJI RSC2, that's my newest one, but I also have the original Ronin S, so it should probably fit on that. Stick around if you want to see videos about balancing on either of those gimbals. But I also like to use smaller primes when I'm on a gimbal, so I may get a smaller prime, probably somewhere around the 24 to 35 millimeter range. Now this is a crop sensor, so the crop would be 1.55 on a full frame lens, for example. So then let's say the 24 mil wouldn't be 24 on here, it'd be like 1.55, so roughly, 35 mil or something like that. And the only reason why sometimes I prefer a prime is just that they're smaller and lighter, and then that would allow me to maybe use this on my smaller gimbal. But anyway, overall, it's pretty cool looking. I like how it has this little mark here. Now, what that's good for is, for example, you can calibrate the Sigma lenses using the Sigma dock. And what you would do is that would be your reference mark to the sensor. Then you would measure that depending on the lens. So let's say you're at 24 millimeters. There's a chart. I'll link down below. I'll probably do a video about how to do that with your Sigma lenses. And then you would set a focus and alignment sort of chart 3 feet away sort of thing, depending on the lens and what it's set at. And so you would measure from this mark here, and then you could calibrate your lens. Now with the Sigma software, that'll be another video, but there's different settings that allow you to set it at. So you could sort of tweak your focus at 18, 20, 24, 35, things like that. Now there isn't constant autofocus on this, but there is a touch to autofocus so that you can sort of touch an autofocus point, and it does work. So that's one reason why you might want to use that. I know most people are probably going to do manual focus with this camera, but that's just something that you may want to do. But stick around for that video when that comes out. It should be in the next couple of weeks. All right. Those are my quick thoughts.